Today we're going to be looking at erotic images of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. We're also going to analyze what's been called the most powerless image of a president ever and compare it to a historical photograph I think could be in competition for that title. And the goal today is to learn something about how photographs can be used to demonstrate or to strip someone of power. There's been really this flood of pictures portraying Elon Musk and Donald Trump as gay lovers. Many of them are AI generated. Here we have Elon Musk walking Donald Trump in a leash, showing Donald Trump as Elon's dog or lover. And we can tell it's AI. We don't have to guess. Looks like he's whipping him also. Others, photos where people interpret something sexual, like this image, and this, I have to admit, very on-point observation. Okay, but he legit looks like he was just blowing him in this photo. Elon Musk actually looking like he's coming up from blowing the president, and Donald Trump doing what looks like a post-fellatio grimace. Ugh. And we have this beautiful piece of sorry, AI art of Donald Trump going bananas over Elon Musk's feet, caressing and sucking Elon Musk's toes. I don't remember where, but someone said that I don't think Donald Trump is that generous lover. Some of these claim that Donald Trump is the wife in the relationship. Others say that Elon Musk is the new first lady, as in this sticker on a Cybertruck in a parking lot. Here's another one where Donald Trump is the one walking Elon Musk. So people aren't sure really who's the alpha and who's the beta. Here we have a Norwegian painter who painted Donald Trump, giving it to Elon Musk. The most common reaction she gets to this picture is that I think it's the other way around, isn't it? Shouldn't it be Elon Musk fucking Donald Trump? She said she received hundreds of feedback comments that Elon should be the one on top. But she disagrees and feels that Elon is the one that will get clapped and end up butthurt. And this is so interesting. People discussing who's the bottom. Is it Trump or is it Elon Musk? Implying that it's more shameful or lower status to be the one submitting, the one getting penetrated. As you probably know, in ancient Greece, it was perfectly fine for politicians, senators, philosophers to fuck men. They often usually had younger men as lovers. It wasn't seen as something shameful. Being the bottom, on the other hand, that was seen as shameful. So that was actually a way to slander other politicians, to say that he likes to get fucked by men. It's interesting also that the Norwegian painted a pride flag burning in the background, which I guess should symbolize that the Trump administration is trying to make life living hell for LGBTQI people. But I fear that doesn't this imagery actually pour more gasoline on that fire, using homophobia as a weapon against Musk and Trump? Sorry, my Norwegian sister, but you ain't woke. Förstår du inte vad woke är? I understand the impulse to try to tear them down from their self-proclaimed roles as alpha males, as strongmen. But does it actually work? Does it actually take away power from Elon Musk and Donald Trump? Or is this method actually giving them more power? The most powerless image of a president ever. That's been said about this photo or these images from a press conference where Elon Musk and Donald Trump was both speaking.
The most powerless image of a president ever created by a camera. There it is.
So what makes this image of Donald Trump so powerless?
And the person who is helping him do that stood over Donald Trump.
Elon Musk stood over Donald Trump? He was standing while Donald Trump was sitting. Normally, I would agree. Standing up makes someone look more active, and by contrast, someone sitting down will then look more passive. But it's not always that case. In my first YouTube video, I actually showed this photo of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. My analysis then was that usually if someone sits down and lets the other person stand, that means that the sitting person has a higher status. So am I contradicting myself here, saying that the one who sits down has more power when I look at one photo, and then when I look at another photo, I'm saying that the one who stands up is the one who has the most power? Well, you have to factor in other details, right?
And when Donald Trump is your boss, you don't talk more than Donald Trump.
Elon Musk was the one standing up, but also the one doing most of the talking.
Elon Musk spoke 3,666 words. Donald Trump spoke 2,487 words.
And this is very interesting because measuring speaking time is usually something done in gender studies, for example, with men and women, comparing how much men and women speak in meetings, for example. And usually the balance tips over to men talking most of the time. In this video, it's 100% man talking. The 100% man. Sounds like a freak.
The child was there as a power play by Elon Musk. When Donald Trump is your boss, you don't bring your kid into a business meeting with Donald Trump.
The fact that Elon Musk brought his kid also to the Oval Office. Is he called X? The kid with the router password name. And letting the kid play around, wiping boogers on the presidential desk. At one point even telling the president to leave. You're not the president. You need to go away. People were very annoyed, actually. Bringing your kid to work. Very unprofessional. And the fourth factor.
Donald Trump is the boss of the other adults in that shot, Stephen Miller and Will Scharf, and that's why they are following Donald Trump's lead on the dress code. Elon Musk owns suits and ties. We've seen him wearing them. But today he decided to do the billionaire thing.
That Musk is more casually dressed than Donald Trump. He doesn't have a suit and tie on. He just has a suit jacket and a t-shirt and a cap on in the Oval Office. And if you remember, this was used against someone else in the White House.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Do you own a suit?
When President Zelensky of Ukraine visited the White House, he was berated for not wearing a suit, for breaking the dress code and not respecting the office, even though Zelensky has made it very public that he will wear a suit after the war with Russia is over. Until then, he will wear his green or brown t-shirts or sweatshirts out of respect of the soldiers in the front line. So here you have another contradiction. Well, actually, maybe they're saying the same thing, that Zelensky breaking dress codes. How dare he? Does he think he is above the president? Does he think he is Elon Musk?
Hi, everyone. I'm Elon Musk.
Hey, if you like this way of analyzing pictures, consider liking the video, subscribing. Comments are also very valuable for me since they tickle the algorithm. I have a Patreon account, but no patrons. Please, give me some dignity.
We have arranged for a picture.
When I heard the description, the most powerless image of a leader ever, it made me think of this historical photograph from the end of World War II, when the Japanese had surrendered after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And here we have General MacArthur, who was in charge of the occupation of Japan, and the Emperor Hirohito, who by the Japanese was seen as a god. And this is a photo that in itself is an act of dominance. They wanted to show the Japanese, it's over. We're in charge now. So how can you tell that the general has more power than the emperor in this picture? Well, he has a much more casual pose. He stands with the hands on the hips, while the emperor looks nervous, very stiff. His hands are just hanging by his sides. Looks like he doesn't know what to do. Or he looks like he would jump if the general told him to jump. General MacArthur is casually dressed, while the emperor is in his full suit, vest, tie. I mean, you could think that, oh, wouldn't it be more logical for him to dress more formally than the emperor? A prettier dress jacket and more medals on the chest. No, showing him in a more casual outfit gets the point across even better that this mere mortal has power over your emperor. So what does this say about your emperor? Your god emperor is just a man. I wonder if the emperor's aides in the background were saying, General, why are you not in a suit? And why are your pants in your armpits? And this almost clinical way of portraying these two men also shows that General MacArthur is much taller. The Japanese people had mostly seen their emperor being pictured alone or with his wife, and they were used to seeing their emperor being the most prominent figure in every photo. Seeing him next to a towering white American with his pants up to his fucking nipples horrified the Japanese censors who tried to prevent this picture from being published. I read a very interesting article that also claims that standing on the right side in family portraits was usually reserved for the women in the Japanese royal family. So putting the emperor in that position would make him the wife in this relationship, further submitting him photographically. I don't know if this is true, by the way. I find it a little bit unlikely that MacArthur and his team would have that kind of analysis and knowledge of Japanese gender photography. They were well aware that this was a power play to portray the emperor like this. But I really doubt they were thinking about the homoerotic connotations this could have.
His Majesty will not come.
So what's my conclusion about all this? Well, people see what they want to see. They want to see Elon Musk and Donald Trump not being able to cooperate. People seem to believe that two alpha males will cancel each other out and one will have to become the woman in the companionship. And I think photographers also try, perhaps unconsciously, to capture this. This photo, for example, the logical way to take this photo would be to center them both. But the photo is taken in a way that Elon Musk is actually closer to the center than Donald Trump. Centering someone in a photo is one method to show that this is the most important person. This is the boss, the one in the middle. Donald Trump looks a little bit powerless here just by being off to the side in the photo. Not looking into the camera, awkwardly adjusting his tie or his fly, maybe. I think we're projecting something that isn't actually there. This kind of power imbalance on this couple that actually, to me, it looks like has a pretty equal relationship. You can see that in more planned photo shoots where Donald Trump actually doesn't mind giving Elon Musk some more power, some more cred by patting him on the back, looking admiringly at him like a proud uncle, and Elon Musk returning the favor by actually taking off his cap for once. They both know they're getting something out of this relationship. No one is fucking anyone here, and I think that's probably closer to the truth. But my conclusion is that trying to diminish Trump and Musk by feminizing them, showing that they're not actually the alpha males they think they are.
This weird obsession with crowd sizes.
By doing that, we actually give the idea of the strongman more power. We're feeding into the myth that a leader has to be an alpha male. Someone who believes that empathy is weakness. Collaboration means bending over. A leader is someone who always manages to somehow be the center of attention. The one who uses the most words is the one we should listen to. Appearing hard and strong is more important than anything else.
A couple of big, strong guys. Big, strong, beautiful guys.
You're actually showing them that it works. The thing they're doing. Projecting masculinity. Projecting power. Like Elon Musk, for example, starting to wear a cowboy hat suddenly.
What the hell is going on with Elon Musk's cowboy hat?
If we continue like this, we're going to get even worse alpha males as leaders. I don't think it's a coincidence Andrew Tate has thought about running for Prime Minister of the UK.
I'm extremely rich and very successful.
And we're gonna get a world where femininity and homosexuality will have even lower status by using that as a tool to diminish the leaders we don't like. Us bickering about Musk is the woman in the relationship. No, Trump is the woman. What does that say about the status of women? What is this tendency about? Maybe it's just a way to take back control, to not have to think about both of these guys fucking us.
And we all know how much Donald Trump hates dogs.